Hey everybody. So, we got some people here, I see. Can you hear me okay? I wanted to show you my ugly Christmas sweater my wife got for me last year. I really love it, with the Beatles elves and the musical notes on the shoulders. It's really great. I don't think it's ugly. I think it's great. Mary was the first of three, long dark hair and sugar sweet, Daddy's eyes and Mama's crooked smile. She was barely 17, got a job keeping dishes clean, planned to stay in the city for a while. The angel scared her half to death. She would have screamed, but she lost her breath on the midnight there in the middle of May. He said, "Oh Mary, don't be afraid. You'll bear a son that the Lord has made. Name him Jesus, he'll light the way." Joseph ran a lumber yard about a mile from Olive Park. Quiet boy, never had much to say. It was love right from the start. He bought a ring and won Mary's heart. Had hope for home and kids someday. Kids someday. She packed the bags, they made the plans. They had to go to Bethlehem, but there was nowhere left to stay. So in a barn she gave birth to the King of Kings, the Lord of earth. Just a little bitty thing sleeping on the hay, sleeping on the hay. The story's too long to tell, but he walked on water and lived through hell, killed on a cross and rose from the grave. We got a king, they got a son. Mary and Joseph were the only ones there on that very first Christmas day. There on that very first Christmas day. Hey everybody, so welcome to my Christmas live online event. Gotta get that right back there in tune. Okay, so yeah, my Christmas live online event. I'm coming to you from my home studio here in South Bend, Indiana. And we're doing this in conjunction with Michiana Homegrown Talent Radio, who's got a really nice a community Facebook page, but they're also a World Wide Web online radio service, and they feature artists out from this area, this Michiana area. And it gives me great pleasure to be able to share this joy and love of the season with you like this. Before we get started, though, I also want to give a shout out to Keller Park Church. Keller Park Church in South Bend has long provided a small food pantry for their neighborhood. With the increased economic difficulties resulting from the pandemic, they've increased their operation fivefold in the last year. They've been serving hundreds of to-go meals each week out the front door of the church, and just got a small team of volunteers and staff that take care of this. So, as you enjoy this next hour of Christmas music, I want to ask you to help out. Help spread the peace and goodwill to these struggling families and offset some of the chaos from this past year that we've been experiencing by supporting the Keller Park Food Distribution Program. Now, to donate, you'll see a link on your screen there. You should see a link on your screen there. Looks like it says feature link. I hope that's showing up. So all you have to do is click on that link, and you can go to a window. It'll take you to a window that'll drop down, and you just click on the COVID-19 response in the drop-down menu, and you can donate any amount you want. And anything you give, we want to thank you in advance, because anything you give will be a great help. So I'm going to get going here. More music coming right up.
Then he smiled at me, ba-rum-bum-bum-bum.
So I imagine a lot of you are similar to me. You have, growing up, you probably had some Christmas traditions that your family had. My family had quite a few Christmas traditions, and I would spend way too much time talking about it if I got started talking about all the different things that we did. But one of the ones that was really kind of fun. See, I was born in 1951, raised in a small town of Osceola, and so I had my early childhood and preteen years in the 50s, and then my teenage years and later in the 60s. And we didn't get a TV until I was, I think I was 5 years old when we got a TV. And later on, when TV started having movies, all of a sudden, you know, a new thing, we were able to watch all these cool Christmas movies, well, Miracle on 34th Street. Some of you might know that one. And It's a Wonderful Life. They were always, every Christmas, we always watched those movies. They were always on every Christmas. And the one of my dad's favorites was White Christmas. Dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Another thing that we happened around our house was we did a lot of singing. Now, not just at Christmas time, mind you. It was all year long. My sister and brothers and I would gather around the piano with Dad, and we would stand there and sing for hours. And sometimes that was even better than TV. And at Christmas time it became especially special. And music was just a big part of our life. And one of the interesting things about that is that even when we were doing things like getting ready for church or getting ready to go out with the family, whatever, and getting all dressed up, and Mom and Dad would get us kids ready first. And then Dad had this Philco radio, the big box stood up on legs about 3.5 feet tall. And he would turn that on. And of course, the tubes would warm up inside, and the music would fade in because when it was all staticky and stuff when it started out, and he'd get it all tuned in to 960 AM. We only had AM radio. 960 AM WSBT, South Bend, Indiana. And they played all the popular things. And at Christmas time, he would get that out and turn that music on while after he got us all dressed, and then he and Mom would go get dressed and get ready. And that was to entertain us while we were waiting for them. And at Christmas time, it was really special, because we heard all the Christmas hymns and the Christmas carols and the different popular secular Christmas songs that were out there. And of course, being kids, we were especially fond of those novelty songs like Rudolph his hula hoop, with the chipmunks. Forward into the 80s and 90s, I'm raising my own kids now. I'm doing a kids show called the Smarty Marty Show during the 80s and 90s, and going around and doing it at schools and different places. And in the 90s, I started doing a Smarty Marty Christmas special at the Elko Theater in Elkhart, Indiana. Now, some of you may know of Elko Theater, but it's now called the Lerner Theater. For those of you who aren't old enough to remember the Elko. But I did an annual Christmas show called the Smarty Marty Christmas Special at the theater. And in 95, it was our last show that we did. And I wanted to write one of those novelty kids Christmas songs. I thought they were, just to be fun, just something that would be really fun. And I woke up in the middle of the night one night as we were leading up to the show, 1 or 2 in the morning, and I had the idea. I knew what I wanted to write. And I got out of bed, went up to my office, started working on it, and at 5:30 in the morning it was done. I introduced it to the band the following week, and when the show went on, we performed that song for 2,000 kids there at the Elko Theater. And I just wanted to share it with you. It's kind of silly, kind of fun. And it's called The Christmas Ark. Was the middle of December and requests were pouring in. The North Pole was buzzing and production should begin. But all the kids kept asking for were pets to meet their wishes. No juvenile demands like trains and toy dishes. And Santa was distressed 'cause old logical requests kept mounting right up to the sky. And to the Lord he began to cry. Danny wants a Shar-Pei, Jimmy wants a hound, and Angie wants a baby alligator. Karen wants a kitty, Joe wants Sand City, Tamika says iguanas would he later. Santa prayed, what can I do? This is too much like a zoo. They won't fit in my sleigh. Lord, do you have a solution to this woolly situation? Lord, what do you say? Troubled and he fretted in despair. If Danny wants a Shar-Pei, Jimmy wants a hound, and Angie wants a baby alligator. Karen wants a kitty, Joe wants Ant City, Tamika says iguanas would eat later. Santa prayer's what you should do with a temporary zoo. You won't need your slave if critters are what you deliver. Like Noah and Ark would be better. Santa, what do you say? Santa thanked the Lord for his call, but he wasn't really sure just how an ark would do it all. My reindeer, he reasoned, have pulled some mighty loads in task, but the burden of an ark would be beyond what I could ask. Lord, I appreciate your advice. It really is kind of nice to think that you'd respond to me this way. And once again the Lord was heard to say, Danny wants a Shar-Pei, Jimmy wants a hound, and Angie wants a baby alligator. Karen wants a kitty, Joe wants Ant City, Tamika says iguanas would eat later. Once again I tell you true, it's as simple as 1, 2, zoo. Put your sleigh away. Walt has a friend who can help him. That elephant who flies can lead your reindeer. Santa, what do you say? Let him fly you away with those big ears today. What child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping? This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Where ox and ass are feeding, good Christian fear for sinners here, the silent word is pleading. Nail spear shall pierce him through, the cross be borne for me, for you. Hail, hail, the word made flesh, the babe, the Son of Mary. sings a lullaby. Joy, joy, for Christ is born, the babe, the Son of Mary. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. What child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping? So we all know that Christmas is a happy time of year for most folks. And I say most folks because there are some folks that it's not such a happy time. And that there could be a variety of reasons. But, you know, I think a lot of times there are a lot of stresses around the holiday season. And sometimes bad things happen, uncomfortable situations, difficult personal relationship problems, that sort of thing. And as a result, all those feelings come back in during the Christmas season. And it's really not as pleasant as what we remember as kids. And it's just one of those things that is going on, and I think we need to learn how to be sensitive to people, and when we're sharing the good cheer and the peace and goodwill that we want to share with people, that we just are aware that not everyone is going to feel it that way. Girl at the grocery, she's pretty and seems nice, but she looks right through me with eyes cold as ice. She never answers when I ask her name. She only says I should have a great day. But hey, what could she mean by that? Perhaps I'm the fool she takes me for. Not anything more. I guess it's the season, the time of the year, people, they're happy and full of good cheer. They wish you and kiss you and wish you again. They'll say it's for peace and goodwill to all men. But hey, what could they mean by that? Perhaps I'm the fool they take me for. the altar and you held my hand, and everyone watched as the preacher he asked, will you take him and love him for bad and for good? You looked at me and you told him you would. But hey, what did you mean by that? Perhaps I'm the fool you take me for. Not anything more. Now each Christmas morning I sit in my chair, I look up at the angels that float through the air. Some look down upon me, some come to my side. They tell me that Jesus is said to say hi. Drink no money, have none, yet shall we be merry. Hey ho, nobody home. Meet no drink, no money, have none, yet shall we be merry. Hey ho, nobody home. Hey ho, nobody home. Soul cake, please good missus, a soul cake. Apple, a pear, a plum, a cherry, any good thing to make us all merry. 1 for Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us all. God bless the master of this house and the mistress also, and all the little children that round your table go, the cattle in your stable, the dog by your front door, and all who dwell within your gates, we wish you 10 times more. Soul cake, please good missus, a soul cake. Apple, a pear, a plum, a cherry, and a good thing to make us all merry. 1 for Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us all. Go down into your cellar and see what you can find. If the barrels are not empty, we hope you will be kind. We hope you will be kind with your apple and strawberry, 'cause there come no more a soul until this time next year. Soul cake, please good missus, a soul cake. Apple, a pear, a plum, a cherry, and a good thing to make us all merry. 1 for Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us all. The streets are very dirty, my shoes are very thin. I have a little pocket to put a penny in. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, then God bless you. Soul cake, please good missus, a soul cake. Apple, a pear, a plum, a cherry, and a good thing to make us all merry. 1 for Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us all. Now to the Lord sing praises, all you within this place, and with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas, of beauty and of grace, oh, tidings of comfort and joy. That's one of my favorites. I got a lot of favorites, I guess. But that one is especially dear to me. I learned it from Peter, Paul, and Mary. It's a song that has to do with wassailing, the custom of wassailing in England. And that's a very interesting custom. If you get a chance, look it up. Google that. Wassailing. It's spelled W-A-S-S-A-I-L-I-N-G. Wassailing. It looks like wassailing. That's what it looks like. But look that up. Oops, wrong song. He met her up in Delaware in 1937. She was wearing red lipstick to match a pretty dress. December 24th at 11:45 when I finally gained the courage to ask her to dance. The night before Christmas, it was love at first sight. The carolers sang as they danced through the night. She was a small town girl, he was a traveling guy. He never caught her name before they said their goodbyes. A couple years later he was out on the road, having Christmas dinner in a diner alone, when he saw a young waitress with a gleam in her eye. Her favorite day of the year, she showed her spirits were high. She said, "Son, can you shed a little holiday cheer? A simple Christmas story's all she wanted to hear." He looked prepared with a smile as he started to say, "Here's my favorite Christmas story about a girl with no name." He said, "I met her up in Delaware in 1937. She was wearing red lipstick to match a pretty dress. December 24th at 11:45 when I finally gained the courage to ask her to dance." Every holiday season as he traveled he'd tell about his Christmas dance partner that he never knew well. He shared his favorite stories with the locals he met. He was called the Christmas storytelling traveling man. By age 53 he had done settled down. All the neighborhood kids liked to gather around just to listen to the stories about his life on the road. All he had now were these children he told. And every Christmas Eve they showed up before dark. They tell him all the story but they knew it by heart. They could quote it word for word, he always told it the same. It was his favorite Christmas story called The Girl with No Name. He said, "I met her up in Delaware in 1937. She was wearing red lipstick to match a pretty dress. December 24th at 11:45 when I finally gained the courage to ask her to dance." Last breaths on a cold Christmas morning in a hospital bed. The children had grown, he had nobody left except the little old nurse who was holding his hand. He said, "Ma'am, could you share a little holiday cheer?" A simple Christmas story's all he wanted to hear, but his eyes filled with tears at the words she spoke, because his favorite Christmas story was the one that she told. She said, "I met him up in Delaware in 1937. Though I never caught his name, he was a traveling man. December 24th at 11:15. I'm so glad he got the courage to ask me to dance." That's a hard one for me to finish sometimes. I get choked up toward the end there. It's silly, I guess. I don't know. But I'm a sentimental little cuss. captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, EMMANUEL shall come to thee, O Israel. Oh, come now, day spring, come and cheer our spirits by thine advent here. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and this dark shadow put to flight. Rejoice, rejoice, EMMANUEL shall come to thee, O Israel. Oh, come thou rod of Jesse, free thine own from Satan's tyranny, from depths of hell thy people save, and give them victory o'er the grave. Rejoice, rejoice, EMMANUEL shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, EMMANUEL shall come to thee, O That's another one of my favorites. I guess part of I really like the Hebrew feel. It's obviously a song that is going back and hearkening back to the scriptures of the Old Testament, the prophecies that talk about Jesus, and how all those prophecies that his birth fulfilled as the Jews were looking forward to the Messiah coming. And this next song, I often think of it, whenever I hear it, I often think of it in the light of those scriptures, even though George Harrison probably didn't have any intention of it being that way. comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here he comes. Sun, 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 here he comes. Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. It's alright. Sometimes those fingers get tangled and it's hard to untangle them on the fly. Oh well, whatever. Oops, I gotta get this straightened out there. Okay. Probably should just leave the strap off for this sort of thing. It's been really great having you here with me tonight. Thanks for hanging out. And I just want to encourage you to be sure and click that link for Keller Park Church and donate anything you can that could help with their food distribution program for struggling families in their neighborhood over there. So, and also if you'd like to, I also have a link on there. It's in the column just above the comments section there where it explains what we're doing here tonight. There's a link for my website, and I'd like you to check that out. You can find my songs there, and they're available for purchase. There's also a free download there as well. What Child Is This is available for free download right there on that webpage. I'm going to finish up with a song that I wrote in response to Greg Lake's Father Christmas song. I remember a number of years ago hearing this song, Greg Lake song, on the radio, and it just seemed very depressing. And so I wanted to write a song in response to it. So here it goes. The Story of Christmas. believe in the story of Christmas? Do you believe in old Saint Nick? When your heart's full of joy and gladness, will you remember the old and wee? Ding dong, ding ding dong, ding dong, ding ding dong. Ooh. I've seen goodwill, I've seen ill will, I've seen wills broken, locked in chains. A child who never heard of Christmas, a life that only knows the pain. Ding dong, ding ding dong, ding dong, ding ding dong. Is Father Christmas a red-dressed soldier? Is Christmas spirit a holy one? Are we waiting for a bag of blessings, or sharing love of the coming sun? Do you believe in a holy Christmas, the kind that came with the virgin birth, the kind whose spirit breathes compassion, whose cross brings peace to hearts on earth? Well, thanks for hanging out with me tonight, everybody. I really appreciate it. I've seen a number of people come and go. I did not have the moderation part on because I didn't want it to distract me from what I'm doing, but I will go back and look at your comments and your things that you might have posted on the moderation section. Anyway, I want to say thanks so much for any of you that contributed to the Keller Park food distribution program, and you can continue to do that. This video will be posted on my Facebook page, and it'll be left there for time to come, so you can always go back to it if you weren't able to do it tonight. God bless you, everybody, and always remember to stay out of trees. We'll see y'all later.